Laura, thank you. Welcome to T-Town, Bryant-Denny Stadium, where today Mercer and Alabama meet. Alabama looks to get off to a good start in a game in which they are heavy favorites. No chance for a return for Alabama. And Harris will take it straight up the middle on first down. And he's able to rip off a 7.
Just saw carry by Damian Harris there. Probably one of the more talented running backs in this entire league. His explosiveness, his physical presence.
And Conway has multiple double-digit tackle games. On 3rd and 3, Jalen Hurts will scramble for a first down.
Running element out of a guy's game, because Jalen Hurts is so good at it, you just want to force him to develop himself and hone those skills.
We've got Bueller on the defensive line for Mercer and Mr. Hand on the defensive line for Alabama. Hurts over the middle. First pass attempt is hauled in by Calvin Ridley. Their do-everything receiver.
He's big, he's talented. Probably the best thing he does, though, is understand defense. You see him stair-step above the linebacker, then flatten back out into that intermediate zone, and a good pass and vision by Hurts.
And out of the perimeter, it's back to Ridley again. And Ridley will turn it upfield and pick up the first down.
Him to bringing him across the formation to find the ball.
Back to Damian Harris, tried to cut back, and he'll take a couple Bears with him. And carries that pile for 2nd and 3. Harris again. Mo Scarborough has entered a tailback for Alabama. His first touch. And he crawls forward for 3. Hurts on play action. Fires. Caught. Touchdown. Irv Smith. His 3rd of the season. And a little misdirection by Jalen Hurts. J.K. Scott for the point after, and he bangs a 75-yard drive, 12th touchdown pass in the season for Jalen. Mercer will have a chance. Chandler Curtis and Alex Lakes back to receive for the Bears. This is Curtis, the senior from Calhoun, Georgia. And makes it to the 20 and pass it. Curtis to the sideline, and a positive return for Mercer. And we'll see if he can make some plays for Bama. And the first play from scrimmage, T. Mitchell to the sideline. Great separation made by Marquise Servant. Riley will hand it off. This is T. Mitchell. And Mitchell squirts through before he's brought down by Alabama. Brings pressure from the edge and Evans. And Riley floats it in. Mitchell brought down behind the line of scrimmage by Dylan. As long as 36. Does he have the leg? Oh, off the crossbar. He would have had a memory on this one. Just one rotation short, and it bounces back towards the field. 7-0, number 1 Alabama. Well, they lost to 3 teams total. Ole Miss twice, Ohio State and Clemson. Josh Jacobs gets a carry, his first touch of the day, and he's able to push up at 12.
In time in the second half last week. 2-back set already, and this is where he's dangerous, out of the backfield.
And Jacobs has another first down. Time to get back to the studio. All right, Peter, thank you. By the way, it's our first time back with Peter since the birth of his son, Bo, so congratulations to Peter. 2nd down and 10 for Alabama. And Hurts looking over the middle, got all day. Lets it fly, complete. This is Jacobs, and he's taken that inside. Here's Najee Harris, and he waltzes in for an Alabama touchdown. 3-yard run for Harris. 3rd of the season. Jalen Hurts, with patience in the pocket, is able to find Josh Jacobs out of the backfield to set up a 1st and goal. Najee Harris will do the rest of the work. 2 scoreless loss for the ACC as a whole because their championship game is already set. Miami loses to Virginia, and then they knock off Clemson. Yikes, what's going to happen in the playoff for the ACC? Kalen Riley looking into man coverage again, knocked down by Levi. Mitchell and Leggett in the backfield. This is T. Mitchell. And he's got to fight and scratch for some, including one of them return for a score. Bunch formation for Mercer. Riley on the run, fires a bullet. Good for a first down. That's Irvin. Here's T. Mitchell. Let's go down to the field and check in with Cole. We might see an Alabama-Georgia matchup in the SEC championship game. Here's T. Mitchell again. Let's get back to the formation sometimes. Instead, Riley takes it. We'll move the pocket again. We'll try to scramble for it. And picked up the first down. And Bobby is the head coach. Little option pitch. Here's T. Mitchell to the 40. Physicality early. On 2nd and 7. Nothing doing there. But if you come out as a true freshman, 4-man rush for Bama. On the run, lobbed, incomplete.
Alabama, this is a difficult one. It's that middle ground, too long for a field goal, but you also have 10 yards for a first down, so I can understand a punt here.
And it's a beauty of a punt. Rented to drive the students up to Raleigh to see that monumental upset. Well, Scarborough got helicoptered, able to fly. 3rd down 4. Hurts will keep it. He'll run for a first down and plenty more if he wants it. Hurts sidesteps his way in. We'll take a look at the top 4 and the top 6 a little bit later. Hurts with a pump and go. Wide open is Calvin Ridley. And Ridley will win every foot race. It's a 66-yard touchdown pass. Just through for J.K. Scott.
Ridley working on Harrison Poole here. What you're going to see with off coverage, a little sluggo, little slant and go. And you're not going to see many routes run better than this. Look at the eyes. The eyes look in. That's what sells it. Harrison Poole was beat off the get-go. And that's an easy throw. That's one of those, don't overthrow him, don't overthrow him, don't overthrow him.
I would call this an advised throw.
That is very advised. Ridley almost put his hand up for a fair catch there. But that route, that was such a good route.
When you talk to Alabama players about Calvin Ridley and ask him, J.K. Scott will kick it away. Chandler Curtis will not have a return.
Andre Woodson.
Riley on the play action. Intercepted by Alabama and Hootie Jones.
Just a great play here by Hootie Jones. This is a deep over route off of play action coming from the backside. You see how he starts on top of the receiver, and as he understands where he's going, he cuts underneath. A ball Kalen Riley will want to either hold on to and scramble, or
we've already seen 4 different running backs for Alabama. It's Damian Harris again, the starter back in, and he pounds. And a pretty good one in center of Bradley Bozeman. Here's Robert Foster on the jet sweep. And Foster takes it inside the 15, inside the 10. Burned in a similar scenario, filling in for Ryan Kelly against A&M his freshman year. Jacobs in again for his 2nd touchdown. Stat stuffers.
I could have used it.
That's it. That's a pass. Ball moving forward out of the hands of Hurts. And Josh Jacobs untouched into the end zone. 4-score lead.
But Jalen Hurts not going to have much better of a day than that.
All throws advised. 7 of 7 for a $180. You're kind of joking that we might see Tua Tagovailoa in the 3rd possession. We'll see just when they'll go to the backup. A little hokey pokey and maybe some on special teams for the Badgers. C.J. Leggett, 4th year Tennessee, by the way, was coming off of a national championship season. And even back in whoa, a little bit offsides on the corner blitz. And they're able to blow the play off of Tony Brown.
5-yard penalty. Replay, 3rd down.
They'll do just that. Riley on the run. Off balance, incomplete. Practice, and Hurts right after the play was diagramming to Ridley where he wanted him to run that route to flatten it out a little bit to get to the sideline. Here's Marks in the punt return for Alabama, looking for a block, and he gets flipped at midfield. Didn't see the game. With 11:51 to go in the 2nd quarter. And he will hand it off to Bo Scarborough. Here goes Bo inside the 10. Camper for Scarborough.
And a huge block coming around the corner by J.C. Hassenauer. We talked about him making his first career start on senior day.
At guard today, Bo again. And he gets stuck after a gain of run and shoot in Hawaii high school football. Tagovailoa on the run. The lefty hooks up with Henches for a touchdown. It's a 4-yard pass. 40-yard drive. Alabama not wasting any time on a day where some schools are. Alex Lakes and Chandler Curtis back. Curtis will take a knee. Here's C.J. Leggett on the carry for Mercer. Gain of. Here's Alex Lakes, the senior, and he's able to pick up.
Has an answer for everything. Requires a higher level of execution, but that's why teams still hang on to it.
The last game on the offense, number 1, 5-yard penalty, remains third down.
Lead 8. And it is caught and taken for able to be in the right spot, even if you only run 4 plays.
I think reluctance
inside and then move to outside, and then with the injuries, had to move him back inside again. Here's a screen to C.J. Leggett, and that's blown up by Dylan Moses. Pressured, and that is floated incomplete by Sean Hand. That dude bends bars in the weight room.
They both do.
Marks lets it take a hop. It will trickle inside the 20 and down nearly to the 15.
Otherwise, he's going to be running around the field doing circles if he knows it's on there.
Right, here's Josh Jacobs. His GPS numbers look pretty good. Leatherwood, part of that next wave of Alabama offensive linemen. Some folks on his coaching staff have been great.
Wasn't a ton of dropbacks, so he's getting better and better as a pass protector.
Hassenauer paving the way for Tagovailoa.
Some reps at guard.
Made his 26th start today. He started every game since he's been on campus. Tagovailoa connects with Henry Ruggs. And Ruggs lost the football. Mercer says they have a takeaway. They do. It's their 6th takeaway against an S.
Well, we saw the GPS system. Ruggs actually clocked the fastest miles per hour on the entire team. I don't care how fast you run, though. You got to be able to protect the football. And you're right, Tom. Something Mercer did 5 times against off.
Yeah, big out. They'll read action and open up in the SoCon. But Appalachian State, one of 2 programs that left the SoCon to go to the Sun Belt. And all of a sudden, the bus over here today to play this game. Here's Lakes again. And Lakes gets dragged down by Dylan. Play clock at 0. And a timeout taken by Mercer.
It's crazy to think about how good he's been.
4th and 1. They're going to throw it. They dump it to the tight end, and it's a first down for Sam Walker.
Drive right now for Mercer.
Under 3 minutes to go before the end of the half. Riley keeps it himself. Moses comes in and pops. Back to the tight end. It's another grab for Walker and another first down for the tackles. He's got 8 in his first career start. Team Mitchell keeps his legs, and pardon me, Alex, when their team has the ball. And that allows me just to holler out to guys and communicate if I need to. Picked off. Second of the game. It's the first for Moses. He has done it.
You're going to see a similar play here. They're going to leak their tight end out, and then they're going to leak someone back this way. And watch Dylan Moses come off of a block, get into his responsibility from a zone standpoint in coverage, and make the interception. Not a great throw, but from a standpoint of what the play was trying to do, similar to that 4th down, the wrinkle they threw in there trying to throw it back to Major Tennyson.
First Crimson Tide start. Tagovailoa goes over the middle and complete.
I mean, for some programs, you could fit right in. This program, not a chance. Night and day difference between the run and shoot.
In the run and shoot, especially at the high school level, you're just looking deep. On 3rd down, trying to spit one, a hurdle, and that'll turn in for a first down for Najee Harris. Side, run and shoot, let's go.
Yeah, unbelievable play by Harris here. But as you mentioned, the offense, think about it this way. In the spread run and shoot, the RPO-based offense, from a quarterback standpoint, you're looking at one guy, backside. I want to see what this linebacker does.
Huge numbers at the University of Hawaii. Tagovailoa has plenty of time, and that time runs out. And he runs out of the pocket. The freshman is able to take it. Alabama through 1 half here. 35-0 tied. Let's get to the studio. Peter Burns out of the SoCon. Their 2nd game ever against the #1 team in the country. Coming off of an upset the FCS level last week against Chattanooga. Let's check in with Cole Cuba. 10 years ago this season. Fake the end around. Kalen Riley has time to look deep and will check it near side. Maybe panic. T. Mitchell with the carry, and he rips off a first down run. Hootie Jones, who has a pick today. Another carry for Mitchell. Primarily a Georgia-based roster with a handful of guys from the state of Florida. Batted down by Rashaan Evans on 3rd and 8. Straight ahead, T. Mitchell. Another big play straight up the gut against Mitchell straight ahead. So Alabama's expecting Minkah Fitzpatrick.
Getting some rest this week, though. Those hamstrings, if you don't shut him down at times, can really continue to hinder and bother you. They're going to need him down the stretch.
Right.
So.
And the communication doesn't have to be words. That's what struck me. There was a missed assignment.
They're going to roll out to the right.
Option look. C.J. Leggett can't get by Dylan Moses. Alabama back on offense. Josh Jacobs with the carry. And he picks up. We had a great time talking offense with him yesterday. And talking about his decision to leave the Patriots.
One thing Saban mentioned is his teaching progression. Biggest difference of having Brian Dable as the offensive coordinator. Not only what you see on the
yardage here at Alabama. On for the first time to punt it. And this is a beauty. Inside the 10 and taken for a fair catch by Chandler Curtis. And T. Mitchell picks up the yard.
Too many timeouts. Can we get that one more time?
Had a big first half. He motions to the right side. Pitch blown up. Dylan Moses again. Goupel punts this one away. Alabama's going to have great field position. Did Marks touch it? He didn't think so. And it trickles down to the 42. Hey, on the ESPN app. Tua Tagovailoa, freshman quarterback, lobs one towards the sideline, and it is hauled in by major call a game. But the development in the organization during the week is something that Brian Dable brings. Second down, 3. Tagovailoa completes it to Devontae Smith for a first down. Veteran quarterbacks, especially at the NFL level, knowing what plays they like. They go to the slant here, and that's complete for a first down. Versus college kids.
What they're best at, he continues to implement it and fine-tune the approach for each guy.
Tagovailoa has to scramble to get back to the line. He said, I treat my guys like they're professionals, and I've worked with great pros. Leaping grab, back of the end zone, in! A touchdown for Cam Sims, who somehow got his feet down for an 8-yard scoring strike from Tua Tagovailoa.
Great throw. You got a 6'5", 215-pound receiver on the outside. Put it high. He climbs the ladder and does a great job catching his foot on the way down.
Almost blocked. Great speed on the edge for Mercer.
Offside on the defense, number 3. That penalty is declined. The try is good.
There's a reason Stefan Huza. Alabama, the #1 team in the college football playoff rankings. There's a chance we get 2 SEC and 2 ACC teams in.
You find openings. We're already seeing Jalen Hurts is a much improved passer at this point this season.
Before they got him out of this one. Iron Bowl looming. A yard maybe for C.J. Leggett for more on Jalen Hurts.
If he's going to be a north-south runner, I think you understand. If I keep a hat on a hat, then my quarterback has the opportunity to move past me.
Another pick for Bama. Deontay Thompson with his first. Trying to find the end zone. Zip drill pays off.
Yeah, Riley trying to find his check down here. Just a little too much heat on that one for C.J. Leggett. And the ball gets tipped up at the line of scrimmage. It usually means one thing, interception the other way.
Tagovailoa has a tip and incomplete. We're talking about Brian Robinson Jr. getting in on the fun. He's got a touchdown. They're going deep.
Crew that they got taking handoffs. He played at a lot of other schools, but he's behind a pretty good backfield right now. Good to see him get some action.
5th different running back Alabama has to go in the 3rd.
Gotta have everything in there for how dynamic that offense is. And even just a game like this goes so far for Dylan Moses being comfortable with every play call, scenario, and adjustment.
During the return, illegal block in the back on the return team, number 52. Half the distance to the goal from the end of the run. First down.
Special teams work on the season. Had a couple snaps against Western Carolina last week. Brumby gets welcomed to the game by being trash on the field. Did you talk much trash that game? Are you kidding me?
I'm trying to remember my name after that one.
Good chunk of reserves in on the defensive side for Alabama, including Keith Holcomb, who comes up and makes these notes. Well, I'll tell you what's on it. Usually you don't really need them, but Eli was kind of point out that the third string quarterback for Alabama. Here's Marks with a chance. Marks to the 30. Marks to the 20, and he'll drag some guys in it. Football players on his pit crew. Najee Harris in the game. He's already got plenty of carries today, and he gets another here this afternoon from T-Town. Spots. 2nd and 5. Tunga Vailoa looks in zone again. Leaping grab. Touchdown, Derek Keith. Everybody's making plays today.
Perfect spot. This one a little different than last one. Keith has a step on him, so you lead him a little bit. The last one, Sims, you haven't played a ton of football. Sometimes these are checks. These are options. You have this, it's called an alert. If you come to the line of scrimmage and it's a run play and they're stacked, or it's a pass play and you like your matchup, these are things that are built in you can attack. So if that's the case, Tua may be getting a talking to.
I saw that in Saban's eyes. He kind of had that same look he had a time or two when Lane Kiffin was on the sideline. And I think if you made money in the golf game,
that would be expected.
By the way, in the Big Ten right now, Michigan is leading Wisconsin 10-7 up in Camp Randall. Here's an opportunity for Stefan Huza, and he takes it all the way up to the 48-yard line.
Scoreboard in the stadium. Miami trailing or struggling. That's what Wisconsin needs. They need some of those teams ahead of them to struggle or lose. And they need to keep winning. So stop.
You think about the opportunities for chaos still remaining in the final couple weeks. But 3rd and 2, blitz coming from Holcomb. Devison got by him and is able to pick up a first down. What do you mean you don't? A draw action and back to the line of scrimmage in the ACC championship game where they both get it.
Depending on how close it is, if a 3-point game, instant classic, absolutely.
About it is that would represent a team that has improved over the course of the season. Brumby hassled coming out of the backfield and taken down. Brumby to the edge, and it is almost picked. Football together. They went opposite ways once they got to college, and their fates would be intertwined. Power run by Brian Robinson Jr.
Well, a lot of time, the most memorable game that I played in an Auburn uniform was the 1998 Iron Bowl, and we lost that football game. But
that it will be an impactful game for the participants and the fan bases, regardless of what's on the line. But with so much on the line, next week's going to be even more important.
And, you know, when it's a lefty, it never looks really good. But
the ruling on the field is a fumble recovered by Mercer. First down.
Ronnie Clark coughed it up and recovered by Malik Fleming. His first fumble recovery of the season, and that will give Mercer the football now. So Austin Johnson comes in for a couple of snaps for Alabama, and the reserves turn the ball over. 53 1/3 yards wide. Goalpost same height and width as ours. Just gonna get out there and play football.
They put their
entire athletic department budget is $18.7 million. They'll pull in north of $1 million by playing these 2 SEC games this year. To Riley, who left after his 3rd interception. Tanner Brumby goes back, and that's complete to Sam Walker. What a game for Sam Walker, by the way. Grant Goupel punts it away for Mercer, and Marks will let it go. Steven Nixon, their long snapper, will down it inside the 5. A couple of great. This week around the Alabama football program. How about the tweet that went out from Christian Miller, featuring 3rd and short. And Alabama's able to pick up the first down. By the way,
loss of Kelly Bryant during that game. So they're giving them essentially a pass. Well, why is Alabama not giving
with the committee the mock selection process a couple months ago? Another first down run for Alabama. It seems
to me against certain defenses. So there's a lot more that goes into it than just how many wins do you have, how many losses, and who are they against. It's off of 2 pick sixes. So an Iowa team that scores 55 on Ohio State and then gets blanked on offense by Wisconsin, a team that everyone's like, oh, how's their Western? And they finish in the top 25. An Iowa team, they'll have beat a Big Ten champion. There's a chance that they could have 3 times.
Austin Johnson, a quarterback for Alabama. He will take a knee. They're looking to run this thing out. Let's check in with the student. Revitalizing that UAB program after their rebirth. Johnson with the fake knee decided to pick up some yardage.
Timeout. Alabama. That is their first charge timeout of the half.
44 seconds left in this one. We're going to pay some bills back to Tuscaloosa in a moment. Last week, they're going to have a great team coming back next year. Boomer of a punt. That was fantastic. They're not supposed to lose. The consistency with this program is remarkable. The excellence. Alabama with 530 yards of offense, a 56-0 victory. Plenty more football to come before we get you to the next game. Plenty of time for the guys in studio to earn their paychecks. Let's get you back to PB, Chiz, and Doring.